Hey there everyone, how are you guys? So today is the day 20th of my hashtag 30 days of talking to camera challenge. The date today is 11th of August 2023 and the day today is Friday. I am very happy to share with you all this milestone that I have reached so far. 20 days is a lot and more 10 days to go. I hope my college doesn't open in the upcoming 10 days, otherwise I have to stop my consistency and stop recording videos, because I don't think I would get enough time in my college to record this video. So yesterday I had talked about tree data structure, and in tree data structure, while talking about complete binary tree, I mentioned a term called heap. So you may have a doubt in like what is heap, and I have told that in my upcoming videos I will be talking about heap. So today in this video I will be talking about heap. We would understand what is heap and what is priority queue. Priority queue and heap both are basically the same thing, so we would understand that how to implement heap, what are the basic operations in heap. I won't be discussing problems on the heap, because discussing problems would take a lot of time and I require some some setup for that, like a digital tab or something like that, where I can show you the code and show you how the things work. I can't just like visualize you the things. So yeah, let's start today's video. So the topic for today is heap. Now what is heap? A heap or a priority queue. So what is a priority queue or a heap? So in priority queue, like as in queue, I have already said that in queue works in first. The element which comes first would leave first, and the element which comes last would leave last. But in what is priority queue? In priority queue, what happens is the elements are in like there is a priority given to any particular element. Suppose I want the largest element as the priority, so all the largest element would be leaving first. So that's the priority queue. So priority queue is also known as heap. So priority queue, or also known as a heap, is basically a variant of queue. Items are removed from the beginning from the queue. However, in what happens is in queue items are removed from the beginning. However, in priority queue, the logical ordering of objects is determined by their priority. The highest priority item is at the front of the priority queue. When you add an item to the priority queue, the new item move to its proper position according to its priority. Suppose there is 1 and 2, and if I add a new element, it would be suppose a new element is greater than 2, so it would be moving to its proper priority, that is after 2. It won't be coming after 1. So this is what happens in priority queue. A priority queue is a very important data structure. Priority queue is used in various graph algorithms like Prim's algorithm and Dijkstra's algorithm. What is Prim's algorithm and what is Dijkstra's algorithm? I would talk about them in further videos, and these algorithms are like my favorite algorithms. These are very simple and you can easily understand these algorithms very well. So yeah, priority queue is also used in timer implementation, etc. A priority queue is implemented using heap. A heap data structure is an array of elements that can be observed as a complete binary tree. So heap is basically a complete binary tree. So we can visualize heap as a complete binary tree. A heap is a binary tree that satisfies the following properties. So what are the properties of heap? The tree is a complete binary tree. A heap is a complete binary tree. So the height of the tree with n nodes is always big of log n. So I have already told that the height of a complete binary tree is big of log n, and the heap is a complete binary tree. So the height of heap is big of log n. Heap satisfies the heap ordering property. In max heap, the parent's value is always greater than the value of its child. Suppose what happens in max heap is the parent's value would always be greater than its child. Suppose there are 3 elements 8, 4 and 5. So the value of 8 would be greater than its child, that is 4 and 5. And in min heap, the value of the parent would be lesser than the value of its children. So in min heap, what would happen is 4 would be at the top, 4 would be the parent, and 8 and 5 would be its children. So this is how heap works. A heap is not a sorted data structure and can be regarded as partially ordered. As you can see, and that how can we implement heap? Like heap, we don't particularly use hierarchical data structures. So as I've already said in the tree part, that we can implement tree using linked list and arrays. So in heap also we can implement it using arrays. So how can we implement heap using arrays? Heap is a complete binary tree, and the left child of a parent at position x is the node that is found in position 2x plus 1 in the array. Similarly, the right child of the parent is at position 2x plus 2 in the array. To find the parent of any node in the heap, we can simply make division in a given index of y of a node. The parent index would be y minus 1 by 2. So I was just reading the definition right now. So let us understand what the definition says. Suppose my first element is the parent element, so where would be its left child? So the left child of the first element would be at the position 2x plus 1, and the right child of that would be found at 2x plus 2 position. And what is x here? X is the position of a parent. I hope you are getting my point. Suppose the parent is at the 0th position, so 2x plus 1. So 2 into 0 plus 1, that is 1. So the first position would be its left child, and 2 into 0 plus 2, that is second position, would be its right child. Now for the first position, the 2x plus 1, so 2 ones are 2, 2 plus 1, 3. So the left child would be at the third position, and the right child would be at the sixth position. So I hope this makes sense and this is clear. Now let's move forward. Now let's talk about some types of heaps. As discussed in trees, there are various types of trees. The similar is true with heaps also. There are different types of heaps. So what are the different types of heaps? There are two main type of heap, and the type depends in the ordering of the elements. The ordering can be done in two ways, that is min heap and max heap. What is min heap? In min heap, the parent node is smaller than its children node. And what is max heap? In max heap, the parent node is always greater than all of its children node. I hope this is clear. Now let's talk about what are the operations that we can perform in a max heap. So in max heap, we can perform four major operations, which are insert in a heap, delete max, remove, and find max. So what this four operation says, that insert in a heap. So in heap we want to insert a particular element. So inserting a particular element with what would be the time complexity of inserting a particular element? As I have already said that in trees, inserting a particular element takes big O of log n time, because the hierarchy of the tree is log n, that is the height of the tree is log n. So and we know that heap is a type of complete binary tree. So inserting in a heap would also take log n time complexity. Now deleting the max element. So where is the max element? Max element is at the top. So I have to go like hierarchy wise, one by one, and then I would delete the max element. So what would be the time complexity of doing this operation? The time complexity of doing this operation would also be big O of log n, as I am taking in mind the height of the tree. So whenever I am dealing with height of a tree or height of a heap, then the time complexity would be big O of log n. Now removing an element from the heap. So what element I can remove? I can always remove the root element of the heap, and I first remove the root element, and then I adjust all the elements of the heap. So this is how priority queue works. That like in max heap, the priority is the highest. So the highest priority element, that is the root element, would be removed first, and then the elements would be adjusted. The way by which the elements are adjusted is called heapify method. Now removing the element would take big O of log n time complexity. Find max element. So if I have been asked to find the maximum element of a heap, I already know that the maximum element is at the root element. So I don't need to traverse the whole heap. I would just return the root node. So the returning the root node will take big O of 1 time complexity. As I discussed that delete max and in the remove and insert takes log n time, and the find max would take big O of 1 time. So I hope this makes sense and this is clear. If you want to know more about, I am again telling you, don't just rely on my videos, because in my videos you won't get that much detailed information. If you really want some detailed information and some good grasp on concepts, I would recommend you to see the videos of Abdul Bari sir. He has explained these concepts very well in a very good manner. Or else I would recommend you to go and read some books where you can find the much better explanation than what I am doing on this channel. So let's move forward. I have discussed what is max heap. Now let's talk about what is min heap. So what the min heap is? In min heap, the root element is the lowest of all the elements, that is the parent element is always lesser than its children element. The value of each node is greater than or equal to the value of its parent, with the minimum value element at the root. So this is what the definition says. When do we need to use a min heap? So we can use a min heap whenever we need quick access to the smallest item. So suppose I want to always access the smallest item at the first. So in that case I can use min heap, because that item will always be at the root of the tree or the first element of the array. However, the remainder of the array is kept partially sorted. Thus instant access is only possible for the smallest item. Only the smallest item is at the top, and not all the items are sorted. That's why finding the smallest item takes the constant time complexity. We can directly find the smallest item. The similar is true with max heap also, because in max heap I can find the greatest item at constant time complexity, because we already know that the greatest item would be at the root of the heap. So min heap also has four major operations, that is insert, delete min, remove, and find min. So insert, delete min and remove would take log n time complexity as discussed earlier, because it's very similar to max heap, but find min would cost constant time complexity, that is big of n. Why it would cost big of n? As I have already discussed that we already know that the minimum element is at the root of a heap, so that's why it would take big of 1 time complexity. I hope this is clear. To mention, I have been learning data structures and algorithms using Java language, and all the operations and anything which I talked about will be majorly in Java language. Although these data structures can be implemented using any language, whether it is Java, C, C++ or Python, you can implement these data structures using any language, but I have been using these data structures in Java language and I prefer Java language. That's why the major portion which I would be talking would be from Java language, like the abstract data types and the collection famous which I would be discussing could be from the Java language also. So please bear with that. If you want the resources for any other language, you can tell me, I can provide you with the resources, or else you can simply search it on Google. You can find any resources there, because as I have already said that my goal is to improve my communication skills and to improve my English. My goal is here not to make a coding channel or a coding or a tech community. If this happens, then it's good. In future, I am planning to make a coding community, but currently I am just doing this channel and my main focus is on completing this challenge only, because I am recording videos consistently every day, and if I am recording videos consistently every day, then obviously the quality of my videos would be degraded a little bit. But since my objective is to speak in front of camera, then that's not an issue, because I can speak in front of a camera in any situation, in any weather. Doesn't matter what's my background and whether the proper light is there in my room or not. Doesn't matter if someone is watching or not, because my main objective is to speak in front of camera, and that I think I am doing pretty well. So yeah, let's talk about some abstract data type of heap. Heap is already defined in Java, and the operations which we can use in abstract data type of heap are binary heap. So what binary heap does is it would create a new empty binary heap, and it would take constant time complexity, because we are just calling the function and creating a new empty binary heap. So there is no elements in the binary heap, so it would be empty anyway, so it would take constant time complexity. Now the next is insert operation. What insert operation would do is, insert operation would add a new element to heap, and as I have already discussed, what's the time that insert operation takes? The insert operation takes log n time complexity. And delete, insert and delete is both the same, so insert would also take log n time complexity and delete would also take log n time complexity, because I have already discussed that for inserting I have to see through the height of the tree, and the height of a tree is equals to log n, and the base is determined by the number of pointers, each number of children each parent is having. So in the case of binary tree, we know that we can only have max to max 2 pointers, so that's why log n base 2. Now find max is empty, size and build heap. So what's find max? Find max simply returns the maximum element of the heap, or find min, which would simply return the minimum element of the heap. As I have already discussed, that find max and find min take constant time complexity, as they take constant time complexity just because they are simply returning the root of the heap. So the root element of the heap, if I am dealing with a max heap, then I surely know that the root element of this heap would be the maximum element, would be the maximum number. And if I am dealing with the min heap, then I don't need to traverse through whole heap. That it makes no sense to search for each and every node and taking a lot of time. We could simply return the root node, and it takes constant time complexity. Now size of heap. So for the size of heap, we need to return the number of elements in the heap. Since we are implementing heap through the array, so we could simply return the size of the array, and returning the size of the array doesn't need to traverse the whole array. Returning a size of the linked list needs to traverse the whole linked list, but the same is not true in the case of arrays. We could simply return the size of the array, and it would take constant time complexity, that is big of 1 time complexity. Now the last operation is build heap. So what build heap does is, build heap will build a whole heap from the given array. Suppose I have given an array for few integers or few alphabets, then it would take all those integers and build a new heap from it, and building a new heap would take log n time complexity. Why? Because again, hierarchical data structures and hierarchical data structures take log n time complexity. So I hope all this was clear. Let's move forward. Before looking into detail of how to initialize heap or add or remove elements into it, we need to understand two basic or two main operations of heap. So these operations are used to restore heap order property when single element is out of its position. So what I am trying to say is, basically when I am taking out a root element, then all the other elements need to adjust its position to maintain the heap property. And if I am taking like any element out of the heap, then all the other elements need to restore its position and adjust itself to maintain, in order to maintain the heap property. So what are these two cases? So these two cases are when a node, mainly parent node, is not following heap property with its children. This is resolved by percolate down operation, in which parent node value is swapped with one of the child values and heap property is restored recursively. So what here it's what this definition is trying to say is, if a parent node is not following the heap property, so basically if it is max heap, so parent should be the value of parent should be bigger than the value of its child, and what here is happening is the value of child is bigger than the value of parent. So in that case what would happen is, it would swap its value and it would do it recursively for all the iteration recursively until the property of heap is restored. Now what is the second property says that when a node, particularly child node, is not following heap property with its parent, this is resolved by prorogate up or bubble up operation, in which child node value is swapped with parent node value and heap property is restored recursively. So in the first case what was happening is, the parent node was not following the heap property, so the parent node was less. So if the parent node was less, then it would move downwards, and if the child node is not following the heap property, then the child node would move forward. So what I am trying to say is, suppose if the child is the biggest and all the other elements are following the heap property, then child would be moved at the top. And if the parent node is smallest, what is the case when the parent node would be smaller? Suppose if I have deleted the largest element from the heap, that is deleted the root element, then the parent in that case would be smaller. So, or it happens sometimes while in adjusting the values of the heap, sometimes heap doesn't follow its property. So in those cases we need to keep this thing in mind. So what are the operations? The operation name is prolocate up and prolocate down. If the parent is not following the heap property, then we use prolocate down operation, and if the child is not following the property, we should use prolocate up operation. I hope both these operations are clear. You can try it in your code in your computer to see how this works internally, or else in future videos, in further videos, basically after 30 days, if anyone says, then I will record a proper video, fully fledged videos explaining all these properties. So I hope this was clear. Now let's move forward. I wanted to discuss one more important point. In Java, heap is represented using class. So the elements of heap class are array, that is used to store heap. The second element is capacity, which is the capacity of the array, basically the size or the number of elements in the heap. And third is min heap, that would be 1 if the min heap and 0 for the max heap. Min heap would be the value of min heap would be 1 for the min heap, that is true if the heap is minimum min heap, then the value of min heap would be true, and if it is a max heap, then the value of min heap would be 0, that is false. There are few more functions, that is empty. So is empty would return true if the heap is empty, or else it would return false. Heap is empty basically means if there is no element present in the heap. Second, size function returns the number of elements in the heap. So basically it would return the number of all the elements, that is it won't return the height of the heap, or it would rather return all number of all the elements, that is n. Suppose there are 10 elements, then the size will return 10 as the output. And another is the peak. So what the peak function will do is, peak function would return the element with the highest priority in this heap. So if it is a max heap, then it would return the maximum element, and if it is the min heap, it would return the minimum element. See, previously we were deleting the node, that is deleting the highest and the lowest node, but here I am just looking, that is peaking. What does peak mean? Peak in real life, what does peak in real life means? Peak means just looking into something. So I am just looking into that heap and I am looking at the highest element, so it would take constant time complexity and just return the highest value. So I hope this was clear. Let's keep it up to this for today. In the tomorrow's video, I would be discussing the heapify method, how to enqueue and dequeue from the heap, and what are the some operations, like what are some of the use cases of the heap. So I will discuss these things in the tomorrow's video, and I would not be discussing any problems based on heap, because discussing problems is very difficult, and that requires a lot of other resources also. I just can't speak and try to visualize you the problems. I could surely try to visualize you the analysis and the intuition of the problem, but I can't surely visualize you how the things is work, because these data structures are a little bit complicated. These are not simpler as array or linked list or something like that. These are a little bit of complicated, so you need a better understanding, a deep understanding of how these things are working internally. So I hope all these things whichever things I am discussing today makes sense. And if you are watching this video, then I would recommend you to please go and watch my first video and watch this videos, because my main objective of doing all these things is to improve my communication skills and to improve my English a little bit, since I got this holiday of like 1.5 months or 1 month probably, and I like wasted one week of my holiday in the beginning, and after that I took this challenge after watching a YouTube video. I don't actually remember the title of this video, but I took this challenge after watching a video only. So I'm just doing this challenge, and like if the main objective of doing this challenge is completed, then it doesn't matter like if what is happening, what's the outcome of this video. If I'm consistently uploading the videos every day, and if I am doing this without any failure, then it builds a discipline in me, and it builds a habit of like recording the videos and talking to the camera. In future, if I ever get any chance to speak in front of the camera, then I won't be scared. So I am just doing this for all these stuffs. And moreover, one more thing is that I didn't know what to speak in front of the camera. I usually spoke about my day, how my day went, what I am doing, like I'm doing workout and this and that and all those useless stuff which is not preferred. Like many people won't want to know that what's going in the life of a normal guy. I am not at all famous, and nothing special is going on in my life, just a like boring routine that's happening again and again, just like average guy in India, average middle class guy in India. So that's only going in my life. So I decided that I thought that no one would be interested in knowing all those stuff. So rather I decided to share what I am learning currently. And since I am learning data structures and algorithms, so I am sharing those things with you all. And one more thing is that when you are learning something and you are speaking about it, then you can easily do something. For doing something, you just need to know that thing, and for explain it to anyone else, it's very necessary that you need to understand those things very deeply. You should know those things within your heart, then only you could explain those things those things to others. So that's why, like I know that I don't know these things from heart. I am still trying to use the script. I am using the script because I think that I feel like that I shouldn't miss any points, and that's probably the main reason why I am using the script. And many times I'm reading from the script also, but still I'm trying my best to talk to the camera and look into the camera, like give my best communication skills and my best in recording the videos. So yeah, that's all for today. Thank you so much everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video. Not particularly enjoyed, because that is not an entertainment video. And yeah, that's all for today. Thank you. Bye bye. All the best.